Well, here's the challenge, and it's pretty much in a nutshell exactly what me and I dealt with last night. But we were trying to build an ice rink to show what we wanted to build to show Alaska history, and we couldn't really get to building our ice rink. We had cows spawn on us and a bunch of potion thrown at us, and you see in the chat we're asking for our teacher's help and turn off the animals. So here's another screenshot I took, and look, more cows. So it pretty much basically summed up our whole night, where I didn't have a lot of time to take screenshots because I was trying to work on building an ice rink without it being destroyed right away with an invisible man, uh, Thomas, um, and having potions thrown at me. But it was interesting. I think it was Thomas. I'm not quite sure. But every time I froze him when I was a teacher, the potions stopped being thrown at me. So that's my conclusion as to who is throwing the potions and destroying our ice rink. But yeah, I think the best part of this screenshot is the baby cows. I think they're adorable. So that was pretty fun and pretty frustrating at the same time. And then I had an opportunity to be a teacher, which went pretty well. We had some zombies and um, some monsters that came into play, but you can go into the environment settings and turn that off, so that worked. I went in there and started changing that so it'd be easy for the students. We also had a scenario where Thomas decided to sign in with a different username that he was given, and as a teacher you want to freeze the student right away and tell them the expectations, so that's what I did down here. And he started kind of threatening me to call his parents and telling me that I was taking his real name away, messing with his self-esteem. And, I think if you get that happen with the student, then, the best thing to do is just freeze them and mute them, and then they have to sign out and go back into their correct username. So that's a scenario that you might see when you start working with students. We definitely saw some kind of scenario like this where they were signing in with a different username when we had Givercraft. They didn't threaten us all the time. Some of them did. A lot of them were great students and just came in and started working. So, not to scare anyone, but you can see some kind of scenario that might happen and know what to do. So the best thing to do is just freeze them and tell them the expectations and tell them to log out and sign in with their real username. And then to end my night, because it was such an awesome, fun, exciting, entertaining night, it really was. But I became a student again, and Thomas became a teacher, and there's a reason why we have Thomas as the teacher at the end of the rounds. But as you can see, he did an example, a great example, I might add, of what not to do as a teacher when you're in Minecraft EDU. For one, you don't freeze students just for the fun of it. But here, what you'll see in my screenshot is, and I had to get it really quick before he put the last block over me, but he dug a hole, and what you can see right here where it says you can't go there, he took all my power away of digging and flying, so I was absolutely stuck in the hole, and then he built blocks all around me and then basically put me in the ground. And the last screenshot you see right here is right before he puts the block over my head, and then it goes completely dark. So then I had to log out and try to figure out what I was going to do, and that can make a student pretty frustrated, so we definitely don't want to do that as a teacher. But all in all, I had a great time doing the challenge. It was very fun and entertaining, and really fun to be the student that doesn't follow directions and breaks everything. I was the troll, but then I was kind of trying to switch and build stuff and help. But yeah, I think hopefully it helped a lot of people learn the teacher tools and show you some examples of what to expect when we start working with students. And but not to scare anyone, not all students are like what we experienced last night. That was pretty extreme. So if the teacher shows the expectations, explains the expectations, is in Minecraft EDU, monitoring and talking to the students and freezing when needed, then I think we'll be great. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, feel free to comment on the box below. Thanks.